All right, lace them up, sports. Let's go.
Let's go. The LA Sports
Roundup Podcast.
Three-pointer, bang! Luka Doncic nails the three! Timeout Rockets! Luka Magic is alive!
Is he in? Yes! Touchdown, Puka Nacua! Touchdown, LA!
Final seconds, Reeves. It'll count if it goes. Oh, he puts it in! From half court at the buzzer!
Under pressure, Donald got there in the air, intercepted by the Rams, and they may ride to the Super Bowl on that.
You see a guy with a Celtics jersey at Disneyland, I'm ready to kill him. Just because he's wearing a Garnett jersey, and I'm pissed.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the LA Sports Roundup Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Andrade, and back with us today to talk all things Dodgers is Sam Baez. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you, Mike? It's so good to be back on, and I'm excited. I'm excited and not excited to talk about some Dodger stuff. So
nice. It's always cool to have you on and talking some Dodgers. Obviously, we are in the midst. We are more than knee deep into the season here. Obviously, coming off some big news. What was your initial reaction to Tarik Skubal coming to the Dodgers last Saturday?
Man, it was pretty great. I think I definitely called it. I can't say that I was surprised by any of it. Obviously, we were the favorites to land him before anybody knew what was going on, and then obviously I was just really excited. I mean, why not add another, two-time back-to-back Cy Young Award winner in the American League, have that arm. So yeah, I was so excited. I was actually at a Tower Buzzers game when news broke, and I was talking to the GM there. His name's Alan Benavidez, amazing guy, and we were just like geeking out together, like so excited. And I think he is going to be, a huge piece to this team, especially with all of the hate that's surrounding it right now, for sure. Yeah.
This is like, people are so up in arms about the Dodgers, about them ruining baseball, this, that, and the other. And look, we've talked about this many, many times before. They hate us because they ain't us. That's as simple as you put it.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I think as a Dodger fan, I could be a little realistic with myself and with all of baseball when I say that we do have the upper hand in most cases. We make a lot of money, and we have, the farm system. Like, don't get me wrong, the Dodgers do it the best in baseball.
Absolutely.
We have the best technology. We have the best coaching. We have the best development system. Yeah. I mean, we have guys that come to the team that weren't working in other systems and turn them into. I mean, like Max Muncy is a great example of that.
Right.
Eric Lauer this year. I mean, despite tonight's this morning's start, he's been pretty decent with the Dodgers. I mean, they won 9 straight starts with him, or 9 straight game appearances, whatever. And he wouldn't have gotten that opportunity on the Blue Jays that he did here. And I think he did a really good job. So we are the best in baseball, right? But we cannot deny that we have a market advantage. And on top of that, recently I learned, and I'm sorry if all the Dodger fans in the world already knew this, right? But about our television deals, that we don't get taxed on it as our team is valued today. We still get taxed on it as we were bankrupt going through the McCourt era. So, they hate us because they ain't us. And I love the hate. We are the villains of this season. And I really, really am putting the energy out. We're going to win the 2027 or 2026 World Series. But I can be realistic and understand why some people are mad, but you can't be mad at the Dodgers. I mean, they are just doing what they do best.
Yeah,
and there is no doubt that some changes are coming with the upcoming CBA agreement coming this off season, obviously.
Now, look, everybody's everybody's up in arms about it, but every front office, every GM, any team could have made this trade for Tarik Skubal, but it just reflects the front office, the leadership, the ownership, and what they've been able to do for this franchise for years now. Now, look, Mark Walter is also doing the same thing for the Lakers now. He has made it a very, very important summer. They actually kicked out the South Bay Lakers, which they were owning of space at the UCLA Health Training Facility, which is where the Lakers practice. He kicked them out. He sent them to Coachella Valley. Why? Because he wanted to utilize as much space in our training facility as we could for new technology, new this, new that. Investment into our facility, investing into our players. And that's what management has been doing for the Dodgers for years now. And now they're bringing that over to the Lakers.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, like I've been chatting with people online, obviously, and like I tell them, I mean, this dynasty wasn't built in a day. I mean, it took a lot of investment, a strategy. I mean, like we were talking about going through bankruptcy in like early to mid 2000s, right? And then you start getting the Adrian Gonzalez's and all those types of guys to start warming it up, right? But then you fast forward to now, and it's like you see that growth of the investment not only into the players, but then you look, like you were saying, the technology. I mean, they have every tiny little stat you can possibly think of.
Right.
Because why? They have the money to pay for those stats. Granted, stats are not king. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a girl that believes that stats are king. I think situational awareness is 100%. But I mean, it's good to have, and it is very useful. So you're 100% right.
It's useful in a way that the Dodgers could bring in any player, but they're only bringing in players that they know are going to fit what we have.
Yeah.
And so it just goes to show you that they're using analytics the right way. It's granted, at the end of the day, the players have to hit. The pitchers have to be able to perform on the mound. The outfield has to make catches. Everybody has to do their part on the field. And that's what baseball is when it comes down to it. But analytics, it's basically, I mean, if you use analytics the right way, it's going to help you so much in terms of putting the product out on the field. And look at what we've seen so far. That's, look at the management has done such a subpar job. In terms of building.
Yeah. And 100%. And it goes all the way from the very top, like, these all-star MLB players, all the way down to the single A system. I mean, people forget that the minor league system is its whole other world, right? And the Dodgers have built one of the best farm systems in baseball.
Right.
I mean, I think that we're going to talk about this a little bit later, but I think the Dodgers giving up the 3 prospects that they did, like Zahir Hope from the Drillers. You have River Ryan, who came up to play with the Dodgers a little bit earlier this year. And then Brady Smith, he was down in Ontario with the Tower Buzzers. And they didn't even give up like their top, I think they gave up like 7th, 14th, or 17th and 4th. So it's like, I think they're the winners definitely of this previous trade deadline.
No disrespect to these players, but it's like giving up a bag of peanuts.
Yeah.
To bring in.
Yeah. And these players, obviously, it could be good for them too, because they'll have the opportunity to get starts. Maybe they'll have the opportunity to either be sent up to a higher level of their minor league system. Because, like, facing it, the Dodgers minor league system is as great as it is and as big as it is. There's only a few spots on this roster because the Dodgers are the best in baseball, right? So most of these guys are going to be traded away. They're going to be used for cash. They're going to be used for big trades like this one.
Right.
But there are a few, like the Cody Bellingers, the Corey Seagers, that are going to come up out of their farm system in due time. Don't you worry.
Exactly.
They are investing in their player development. Like, the only other team that does it as good as the Dodgers are the Brewers. Pretty much, I think the Dodgers and the Brewers have the 2 best farm systems in all of Major League Baseball.
Look, in baseball is a sport of fit. You look at Justin Turner, look at Max Muncy. These guys, were on teams that, almost gave up on them, coming to the Dodgers and turning things around for their careers. And now look at these guys. They're celebrated players.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, so I mean, we're on the same page of that. I think we're definitely, I don't know what else I could say to agree with you more, honestly.
yeah. What grade would you give this trade?
I would give it an A for
Yeah.
sure. I really like the trade. I thought we were gonna have to throw in Sheehan and Lauer and who knows, a few other guys up there. But I think that the Dodgers were definitely the winners in this, at least for their needs specifically right now,
Right.
like as a team, right? Obviously, I don't think it's the best trade the Dodgers have ever made in history, but for where we're at in the season, the chips that were dealt, I think that it was a great trade for us, going into the second half of the season and heading into the playoffs.
Now, I think the biggest question here is Skubal going to be worth it for the Dodgers long term? Is he just a rental?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's either or. I mean, he's a pretty young dude, 2-time Cy Young Award winner. Depending on the relationship that's developed within the next 2 months, I think between the Dodgers front office and Skubal will determine whether he's going to sign or not. I think he hasn't even yet to pitch a game at Dodger Stadium, which I think in itself is a whole other experience, right? Because these players, it's not only just about the coaching and the development, but it is about, where you're playing at home and the fans that you have and the connection you have with them. And then depending on, your performance, how they react to you. So I think that, it's going to take a little bit more time to really understand if he's going to feel staying in LA is good for him or not. But like I'm saying, I think for what we got him for and where we're at in the season presently, I think he's going to be a great addition. And even if he's a rental for the rest of the year, I don't mind it. It's a great rental and I'll take it,
Exactly.
He's a great addition, especially with the injuries that we've been dealing with. So
look, if it comes down to us getting our third consecutive World Series championship, and it's completely worth it.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously the odds are stacked against us. I mean, when has, there's only been one other team that's three-peated in that, or I don't know. I think there was one in way back when in the 1900 early 1900s or whatever.
I want to say the Yankees did it in the 90s, but
yeah, they did it in the 2000s. The 2000s Yankees was the last modern era, but I feel like there might have been one other that's what I'm saying, in baseball history that you just don't even remember that much. But yeah, I the odds are stacked against us. I mean, everybody's the Dodgers are gonna win, the Dodgers are gonna win. Statistically, the odds are very low that we're actually gonna do a three-peat. But I believe that when we're healthy, I think we can do it. And with Skubal too, if he's healthy, because remember, he also is coming back from an injury earlier this season. He was the first guy to do the nanoscope procedure or whatever. So we still have to see too if he's gonna, which his numbers are really good considering when he's come back, right? And even in his last start, they were really good. Even though the Dodgers handed him his first loss in a blue uniform, but I think he's going to be good for this season, and then we'll see a long term. I think we'll have a better idea come towards the postseason.
Right, exactly. Now, hot take question here. If you could only keep one ace for the next 5 years, who would you take, Skubal or Yamamoto? Oh.
Okay, I have to go Yamamoto easily, only because the loyalty that I have towards this man and the way that he pitched last year in the World Series, I will forever be in debt to Yoshinobu Yamamoto, honestly.
Exactly.
I would love to name my child Yoshinobu Yamamoto. That's how hard I go for my guy, Yoshi, right? I think Skubal is great, right? But I mean, even numbers wise, even if he's better than him, which I don't think he is so far this year, I'm taking Yamamoto all day. I'm just diehard, I'm a ride or die girl.
Because
he's gonna by the end of his career, he will have a statue at Dodger Stadium, just like Shohei Ohtani will.
Absolutely, because Yamamoto has done it for us twice now.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. And then on top of that, he's not that old either. He's still a decently young guy. I mean, I see him, having another good few years of pitching and
yeah.
really becoming a Dodgers legend and hopefully retiring here at the end of his career, like
Oh, yeah.
Shohei Ohtani probably will. So
I
I love Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He's
Yeah.
amazing.
I have a friend that he put it to me pretty funny. He goes, Yamamoto is the only Japanese player to tell 50,000 Canadians to sit the hell down and shut up.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just lethal. I'm sure that he is still in all of the Blue Jays fans' nightmares when they go to bed.
Oh my God. Can you
Thinking
imagine
about
Phil?
those last 2 games of the World Series. So
Just being a Blue Jays fan, just waking up in cold sweats, just thinking about that 9th inning, just thinking about game 6 and 7. That's
sorry, you cut out for a second. Can you
Oh yeah.
Sorry, you cut out for a second. Can you say what you said?
Yeah, just imagine being a Blue Jays fan, and just waking up in cold sweats, thinking about the 9th inning of Game 7.
Luckily, I'm on the opposite end of that spectrum, and that 9th inning is a dream come true. So hopefully Yamamoto will. He's been the Dodgers' ace this entire year, and even with Tarik Skubal added to the rotation, Yamamoto is still our Dodgers' ace, regardless of any additions or what be it. He's in his numbers and in my loyalty to him.
Exactly. Well, speaking of the numbers, what do you think Skubal's ERA will be as a Dodger?
I don't know. That's a hard thing to predict because, one, I gotta be honest with you. I am a huge baseball head and I love baseball, but I specifically love Dodgers baseball. So I haven't really paid attention I haven't watched too much game footage or in-game coverage of him live, right? But I mean, his numbers have been good so far this year. He's got a 2.81 ERA, 7 wins, 6 losses. I think he'll probably end somewhere near like the 320s.
Okay.
In the regular season, I think that 320s to 330s, I think he'll be about there. Hopefully lower. I really hope and pray that it's lower. That would be awesome.
Yeah. The thing is too is we don't need him to go the distance. We need him for 6 innings when he starts.
Yeah.
That's about it. If Dave Roberts wants to be a dumbass and keep him out there in tough situations like Dave Roberts has done in the past before, with Kershaw and other guys like that, then it's going to be on Roberts, but look we're so stacked. We don't need that.
Yeah. I think he knows his role and he'll plug into that role very nicely because that's just what he does on a normal day. He goes out there attacking the zone. He's hungry for strikeouts. Even with all of the pressure that he had going into the game in Chicago where he was met with the boos and the Dodgers are cursed right now and blah, blah, blah. I mean, he tossed 6 strong innings. He gave up 2 runs, which arguably shouldn't have even been scored because I would give it up. I would give it up on Kyle Tucker for allowing that inning to keep going he didn't catch that ball. So regardless of that, I mean, it was a pretty good start considering the emotions that were at play and all of the pressure in the situation, right? So
and
I gotta give it to him.
Yeah, and he was out there on the mound so quickly as a Dodger. I mean, he got traded on Saturday, was out there on Monday, I think, or whatever day it was. Yeah.
I mean, he seemed pretty obviously in his immediate press conference following the trade. He was obviously sad. I mean, in these clubhouses, these guys are with each other for 8 months out of the year. And they are training together, talking together. I mean, they're probably with each other more than they are with their families. And that's just the reality of being a Major League Baseball player. So the friendships that they create are super bonded in a way. And he was obviously very sad to be leaving his teammates in Detroit. And I think that he did want to stay in Detroit, but obviously the Dodgers got lucky. Not got lucky, but the Dodgers landed him, and
Yeah,
hopefully he'll plug into LA very easily, and I'm sure that the fans are going to welcome him with open arms.
I think so too. Absolutely. And
Yeah.
look at LA. We're not bitter. Well, we are bitter towards Manny Ramirez, not Manny Machado. That's like the only guy really. I mean, we're gonna open.
Yeah, and even for me, like I don't mind the dude. He
Yeah,
he was who he was. He was a young player, whatever.
right.
It's like at the end of the day, the Dodgers really only hate two things. The older Dodger fans hate the Giants still, obviously.
Yeah,
Me, not so much. That rivalry hasn't been there for a pretty good amount of
it
time.
hasn't. Yeah,
And then obviously we all hate the Astros. So
I feel
we
like
can
the
get over pretty much
Astros.
anything.
Yeah, I mean the Astros is always going to be like it's died down a little bit, but it's always going to be that, like every time they come to Dodger Stadium, we're
Yeah.
always going to give them a little bit of hell.
Yeah. But even then, like the Dodgers got Kyle Tucker and we were like fine with it, And
Yeah.
as bad as he's been playing this season, I feel like that was a little risky, but hey, we like you said, welcomed him with open arms, and there wasn't any hard feelings unless he doesn't produce in the off seasons. I mean, in the postseason.
Exactly. Well, switching things, I want to talk about Shohei Ohtani, because he's been dealing with some injuries now. Do you think he's
Yeah.
out of the MVP race and certainly out of the Cy Young race?
I think he's definitely out of the Cy Young race. I mean, there's no question about that. With a knee injury,
Yeah,
sadly, Shohei Ohtani will not be getting a Cy Young award, especially when you're going up against the obvious Cy
yeah,
Young winner, who's going to be Jacob Mizorowski. I mean,
right.
that guy is throwing gas.
Exactly.
And Shohei Ohtani, even in his starts, they were pretty strong. But I mean, considering him being a two-way player, his starts were amazing, right?
Yes.
But on, let's say, another elite team like the Brewers, his outings would be pretty typical, right, for that caliber of a team. So I know that his Cy Young race is out, and where his power in this year
Right.
is in his hitting, 100%. I
Yeah.
do believe that he could still win an MVP award just being a DH again this season.
Right. Absolutely.
Just because his numbers are still there. I mean, he's hit, I think, 32 or 33 leadoff home runs in his career.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were this year.
Yeah.
He's just been dominant on the offense. So that's where I see him winning the MVP. It's going to be
Yeah.
between him and Pete Crow Armstrong because
Yeah.
of the offense.
Now, I know the way it works in the NBA is sometimes when a player is too dominant, I think I've seen it with like Nikola Jokic from the Nuggets, where they've won two in a row already. They're on their verge of winning three. Sometimes the NBA will be like, oh, well, he's already won two. Let's give it to
Yeah.
like the next guy runner up just so we can, make things even a little bit. I don't know if the MLB is like that because Shohei's on the verge of getting his fourth, which is insane to
Yeah.
think about.
I don't think they would give any mercy to anyone over Shohei Ohtani. Not only is he, he is the best player to ever play baseball, hands down, right? But he makes the Dodgers a lot of money in sponsorships.
Oh my
He's
God.
opened the Japanese market up to the
Dude.
MLB in ways that we cannot understand. I mean, the
Dude.
amount of Japanese money pouring into baseball right now, not only Japanese money, but Japanese players. I mean, Shohei Ohtani relit a entire world up that MLB has kind of been not capitalizing on, like, until Shohei Ohtani came in about 2015. So it's been about 10 years, and the Japanese market has just, I mean, it was already kind of strong with Shohei Ohtani with the Angels, but when he plugged into the Dodgers, oh man, it just blew up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it just blew up.
I remember going to an Angels game, maybe 2022, 2023, and I just remember seeing all the press that was there for Shohei Ohtani. And now just thinking about it, I mean, like him as a Dodger, that is tenfold. That is, blown up like to degrees that you can't even imagine. And the Japanese market, like you said, is just he's a god out there.
Oh yeah, he is everything. He's on every billboard. He's on every poster. He's everywhere. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm saying my bias is with Shohei Ohtani. Like I said, I'm a pretty realistic Dodger fan. I do see the bias that the MLB has for Shohei Ohtani, but why wouldn't they have the bias for Shohei Ohtani? He's the best player ever that's ever played, and he makes a lot of money for not only the Dodgers but the MLB in general. I mean, even I heard that even when the Dodgers are playing away games, there are Japanese companies that will call their away opponent. So, like, for example, we were just in Chicago. So the Japanese companies will call the Chicago Cubs and say, hey, we will pay top dollar for ad space when the Dodgers are up, or specifically for those games. And that's just going to show you the amount of Japanese money that's coming into the MLB, courtesy of the best player to ever play, Shohei Ohtani.
It's a match made in heaven.
So,
and you can't think about it this way. Look,
yeah,
Shohei Ohtani equals ratings. I'm sure the MLB last 2 years has been doing backflips that the Dodgers have been in the World Series.
Yeah. I mean, this era of the Dodgers, starting from their 2020 World Series win, obviously, no matter the Mickey Mouse ring or whatever, right? Yeah. It's still a ring. This dynasty is going to be known as a Shohei era, 100%. I mean, I love Freddie Freeman. He's one of the best offensive players ever. I love Mookie Betts, obviously. I love these big Dodger guys that will be Dodgers legends one day, but nothing will compare to this being called the Shohei Ohtani dynasty. I mean, it will be recorded in baseball history as specified Shohei Ohtani dynasty.
And we're seeing it in full live. I don't know how you call it, live time. We're witnessing this. We are alive for this era. We are alive for this incredible time for Dodgers baseball. And look at like Shohei Ohtani is at the lead of it, and he could be on the verge for fourth, and honestly could probably get 5-6 MVPs by the time his career is at the Dodgers.
I mean, Shohei Ohtani is only like 32 right now. He's still, and with the amount of like nutrition, training, rehabbing, like they're going to try to keep this dude going for as long as he possibly can. And because he is a unicorn of a baseball player, he's probably going to be playing for as long as he possibly can. Exactly. So, and he's going to just cement himself not only in Dodgers dynasty history, but in baseball. I mean, he's already cemented himself in baseball history. So,
and who cares?
We're lucky to be witnessing this.
Yeah. Who cares if there's going to be a lockout? By the time there's a lockout, the Dodgers could have already 3 World Series rings under their belt. So, who cares? Exactly.
It is what it is. And the lockout is truly just these teams kind of do need to be developing their teams and investing back into their teams, because like we just talked about, Shohei Ohtani was on the Angels. Can you imagine if Artie Moreno, I think that the Angels could be the modern era Dodgers. They could plug that system in, because right now they are what the Dodgers used to be in 2007, 2008, right? The absolutely. Dodgers had the shittiest owner. Everybody hated him. They were going bankrupt because, the owners were married and getting a divorce. Mm-hmm. And, they had this team or this group, I think, I forgot the name of it, Guggenheim Group or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't keep up too much with the owners.
The Guggenheim Group is the current ownership.
Yeah, so basically it was bought from the previous owners, and they properly invested into it, right? What if the Angels kept Shohei Ohtani? What if they built a stacked team around Shohei Ohtani? They could have, but they didn't, right? Why? Because Arnie Moreno is a cheap ass, and he wants to keep all of the revenue for himself. And I'm not saying that, like I said in the beginning, I do believe that the Dodgers have become too powerful, and their money and their income obviously is the most, there's the most wide gap in spending right now in baseball. So I think that maybe we can have some parameters around that more. But in the end, I do believe that these owners need to be paying and investing into their teams like a business, because the Dodgers treat this like a business, right? The fans feel it in their pockets, but ultimately we like to win.
Right.
We like winning. I'll go to less Dodger games to say that we're, 3-time World Series champions, because at the end of the day, I'm all about winning, and so are the Dodgers, and I understand the sacrifice it takes, and that means raising literally freaking everything. So
Exactly. And you
I
think
hate
about
it,
it,
but I love it.
yeah. Think about it too. Anaheim does have a passionate fan base behind them. They do.
Yeah,
They have the fan base. They have, like Anaheim is a great place to go watch a baseball game. You have
yeah,
Disneyland, you have all these breweries around it, all these restaurants, Disneyland. It is a great spot for a team. But, ownership does not give a single iota of a crap about the team.
mm-mm,
And that just makes it unwatchable. I
nope,
mean, to the point now where they don't even have a network. They have this like Angels
no.
baseball TV, whatever crap that is. I didn't even like I was at a bowling alley a couple weeks ago and I saw it on the TV and I was like, what is this? Like it's not even a network.
Yeah, it's just sad. It's a sad team, and one day they will be hopefully bought out by a group that is going to want to do what they've done with the Dodgers. I mean, why wouldn't you want to tap in? The AL is wide open, right? All of the AL is wide open. The National League
Yeah.
basically keeps the MLB's bills on because
Mhm.
they're the most exciting league out of the two.
Exactly.
You can invest into that team, sign some huge players in the off season, get the fans going. You'd have more attendance, cheap tickets. I think that I'm not an Angels fan. I'm a diehard Dodger fan. I'm not a fan of any other team besides the Dodgers, but I would love to see the Angels plug into the Dodgers system,
Yeah.
not only investing into their big minor league team, I mean, their big major league team, but also going down and investing to the minor league team because those markets are
Mhm.
wide open too.
Right. Although I think for the Angels, they need a complete rebranding of that team.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a complete overhaul. It's going to be like
Yeah,
changing the face of Angels baseball, and they're going to
exactly.
need some stars to do it. It's going to take time. Like I told you, the Dodgers, their dynasty wasn't built overnight. I mean, there was a lot of investment, a lot of years of winning, and then losing in the postseason and getting swept by another team.
Right.
It hasn't always been this amazing as a Dodgers
No, it
fan.
has not.
I'm
No, it
riding
has
this
not.
high as long as I can.
Yeah.
I know we're still going to be the best in baseball, but yeah, this is peak Dodgers baseball in
Right.
the since the 80s, right? I mean,
Right.
this is the last time they even won a World Series. So
Yeah.
the Angels are capable of doing it. And I really hope, for the sake of being from Southern California,
Yeah.
I would love to see it, and I would love to go to their games and
Yeah.
watch. So I
Yeah.
hope the Angels will get some help soon.
Exactly. Now, look, I remember, I'm old enough to remember the Angels winning the World Series in 2002. I was in sixth grade when that happened, and it was exciting. The Angels of Anaheim,
Yeah.
winning the World Series. And I felt like at that time, it was like, oh, this is our team right here because the Dodgers weren't doing anything. And so
Yeah.
I look,
Exactly. That's how it goes. Like baseball is very up and down. So yeah, I hope I mean, it would be cool for the Angels to, like, can you imagine a Dodgers and Angels World Series? Like
yeah,
that would be super cool for people from well, specifically Southern California, but California in
exactly.
general, right?
I
Like,
mean, Dodger fans they would infiltrate that
yeah, I
stadium.
mean, the only time the Angels ever make money having a home game is when the Dodgers are playing there. So
Exactly.
yeah. Uh yeah,
Yeah,
don't hate us if you hate us, take the
exactly.
blueprint and run with
Exactly.
it.
Yeah, but currently, right now, the Dodgers are on a six-game losing streak. You know,
Yeah.
look at like we had talked about in our previous podcast. I wanted the Dodgers to go through a little bit of adversity, to
Yeah.
just kind of ride the wave of trying to get better throughout the season. And I think this is it right now. Uh,
Yeah.
we're in August now, so all these games are starting to matter. Obviously the Dodgers still look at 6-game losing streak. It's still not really impacting the standings so much because the Dodgers have done so well during the rest of
Yeah.
the regular season, but. I think a little bit of adversity, like we are seeing right now, is good for the Dodgers. And it's good for us just to pick things up in, this month and heading into September.
Yeah, 100%. I think that this is a normal time for the Dodgers. If you've been a Dodgers fan long enough, you know that right about this time, they start kind of doing a little dip. And like you said, facing a little bit of adversity wouldn't be bad for them. I mean, I think they need to do a couple of things. I think I think that Dave Roberts needs to change around the lineup like now. I think that the pitching needs to be. I think we can't have any throwaway games, meaning that we can't just like be down 3 runs and Dave Roberts decides to throw in the towel and have, a level 3 pitcher over, let's say, a first string reliever. So yeah, I think they're going to be just fine. The Dodgers are going to be fine. This is normal, but you're starting to see where they could really dive in and make things a lot better. You're seeing the cracks, and if there's going to be a time to do it, it's going to be now and get it over within the next 2 or 3 series, because we are getting down to the line and like every little thing counts. Like when you're going into the postseason, I mean, it is really like seconds, inches, it's errors, like everything really matters, So get your yips out right now, figure it out at the plate, start messing around with the lineup, start moving people around and see what works, because obviously it's not what was working in the first half of the season is not working right now. So the team really needs to adapt to what they're doing right now and just find some life right now going into the Arizona series.
And I was gonna say, even if it's pulling somebody out of the rotation in the pitching rotation, so be it. This is the time where we can't really have guys that are out there just throwing games away.
100%. And I gotta say too, I would say it's more so on the offense than it is on the starting pitching, right? I would say first it's more on the offense, and second it's more on the relievers before I say that it's on the starting rotation. Because we have had no run support recently for any of these last 6 games, which we've been swept pretty much. Today, we finally had some life at the end of that game. Ultimately, it wasn't enough, and we still got a loss, So the bats have been super cold. I mean, you have Mookie Betts, who finally got 4 hits today, but has been like ice cold pretty much the whole season. Shohei Ohtani is the only one holding him up with home runs. Freddie Freeman's getting base hits. Teoscar Hernandez is really struggling. Kyle Tucker is really struggling. So that's where I see most of the problems is in the bats. And then you have the relief pitchers who come in. I mean, Tarik Skubal's first outing the other day, you had the bullpen come in and give up 3 more runs, and that's just things that we cannot have happen come postseason because, you had Yamamoto, who's notoriously this year had low run support, and he should have a lot more wins under his belt, but due to the fact that the Dodgers haven't provided him run support, he's still one of the best pitchers in baseball, obviously, but like that's where I see the biggest pain points. Secondly would be the relief pitchers giving up way too many runs, and then obviously Dave Roberts with their throwaway games. Like if they're like down 3, he's just gonna leave the guy hanging because he doesn't want to use his other relief pitchers. And I'm like, now we really got like every game is going to matter.
Exactly. Well, it's going to be interesting to see, how this month of August is going to go for the Dodgers. Hopefully, we come back home, pick things up, and
hopefully they turn it around. Because it's been a rough start to the second half of the season. They had a great beginning with the Yankees and the Mets, and then where were they in Philly, right? So they went from Yankees to Philadelphia to the Mets and had a great 3 series where they won all 3, and then after that it's just been like so they really need to. I mean, even when they played the Seattle Mariners, those games were a lot closer than they should have been, considering, the standings and the stats. But I mean, Arizona, the guys got to pick it up. Arizona is, I think, 9 games behind us right now. So can you imagine losing a few in Arizona? That thick lead that we had going into the second half is getting slimmer and slimmer. So these guys need to find it for sure.
Exactly. But all right. I guess, we could stop talking about the Dodgers right there. It's a good time to end the podcast. But any last words about, how you're feeling about this team?
Yeah, I think that we're going to be just fine. Like I said, I think that we can win a third World Series with this team that we have right now. I'm hoping that we're healthy. Tyler Glasnow and Blake Snell are going to be coming back soon. Unfortunately, we lost Dalton Rushing, but Will Smith is going to be coming back soon. So when we're healthy, and hopefully over this next 2 months, those guys will be getting some major reps before October so that they can be healthy and we'll get that three-peat win. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know what? I got to point out, beautiful picture with Tyler Glasnow.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to my guy, Tyler Glasnow. He was such a nice dude. So gracious, so gracious. So fellow SoCal native too. So
exactly.
Shout out Santa Clarita.
And was it your birthday?
It was not my birthday. I just went because I knew that he was going to be pitching that day. So it was a treat though. I mean, getting his autograph, getting to shake hands with him. He has ginormous hands.
I can imagine.
6'8".
Ginormous hands, ginormous hair, beautiful hair.
He is ginormous, but he is, I mean, his eyes are gorgeous, his hair is gorgeous. So he's ginormous and he's gorgeous.
Jealous of his hair.
His luscious locks, I know. I was like, what's your hair routine?
Exactly. I wish I had all that going on for me, but unfortunately I'm not a 6'4" MLB player.
Yeah, 6'8". He is
6'8".
Yeah,
wow.
He is massive. Yeah, I looked it up last night because I was like, this dude is huge.
Nice. But all right. Yeah, it was a good talk. Good talking about the Dodgers as always. Appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, I always love coming on and talking with you. And, I always like talking about baseball as much as I can. So thank you for having me on again. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We'll have you on next time.
Yeah,
See ya.
definitely.
Bye.
Bye.